Alright, much brew about nothing time. Playing some Enduring Ideal in Modern. And, alright, I guess we'll keep this. Hopefully it's a matchup where Path is relevant. Otherwise, we're going to have trouble if we don't draw planes. If we draw a land, everything's fine. Because we can Ruined Halo and then use that mana to... Nile Spellbomb. And then use that mana to activate Nykthos, or use those mana symbols rather, to generate Nykthos mana. So we really just need to draw another plains here, or any white source. Overgrown Tomb for our opponent, untapped. And Grimflayer. Land, please. There's a plains. Well, let's just Ruined Halo on Grimflayer. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay would be a blowout here. Otherwise, it keeps us from being damaged by this Grimflayer. Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, it's fine. And Flagstones. Alright, play Flagstones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no matter what we do, we're going to be short of Enduring Ideal next turn. So let's pass the turn and just make sure nothing goes wrong. We really don't want to get hit by Grimflayer. Our opponent, realizing they can't activate that because of Suppression Field. So we leave up our paths here. Can kill Grimflayer if we need to. There's the Maelstrom Pulse. Alright. So Ruined Halo down. Now let's path the Grimflayer. And I think we can take 2 for here, for now. Not use our other path. Opponent passes. Let's just play Phyrexian Unlife. Pass the turn. We'll still leave up our path here. There's really not that much of a difference between Unlife and our god. At this point, it's really all about the white mana symbols. We're just trying to get enough white mana symbols to eventually Nykthos out this Enduring Ideal. There's a Siege Rhino. Alright, well, let's path Siege Rhino. Down to 13, opponent's up to 21. Opponent passes. Form of Dragon is probably the worst draw in our deck. Let's play our god, pass the turn. Still not actually making any mana with Nykthos. We're just breaking even. I guess we can make chump blockers as something. Could use like a Ghostly Prison would be awesome. Phyrexian Unlife does buy us quite a bit of time though. Because even if our opponent gets us to 0, then we live for a while. Assuming our opponent can't kill it. I guess we're in a decent position just because there's very few bad draws left in our deck. Lands get us towards Enduring Ideal. Non-lands will likely be enchantments we can cast, which should also be pretty good. Eternal Witness. Getting back Maelstrom Pulse. And they can pulse our Phyrexian Unlife. Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. I think our opponent's trying to Maelstrom Pulse. Just mistapping. Opponent did not read our god. Not Maelstrom Pulseable. It is indestructible. Oh, man. We managed to find one of the only other bad draws in our deck. Oh, in Dovescape. Oh, and that's Township. Township's pretty bad. Well, let's make a token. Oh, it costs 2 more. We can't even do that. Yeah, now we're in serious trouble. Down to 7. So now I think we're actually just dead on board. And I don't know if we can even get out of it. I don't know what draw we can get. Creature removal. Yeah, none of our stuff is relevant here. Maybe this deck needs more lands. Another Ooze. And a Lingering Souls. And there's a land finally. Too late, and that's the game. Huh. How many lands are in this deck? Jeez. 22 to cast a 7-drop is pretty ambitious. We don't even have any ramp. And we have 61 cards. Ugh. I don't know why people are always so greedy with lands. Alright, so we're against Jund, and I don't know if any of our stuff is really important in the sideboard. Story Circle, Rule of Law. I guess we can go down Suppression Field. Maybe Rest in Peace is fine for like Goyce. We saw Eternal Witness. Maybe bring in the Rest in Pieces for Suppression Fields. And another Greater Oromancy for Suppression Field. Try it like that. Alright, so we get to play first. Alright, well, I guess we try it. In a 22 land deck, I don't think we can just ship 2 and 3 land hands. So Leyline's down. Leyline should be good. That keeps us from getting got by discard, which is most likely in our opponent's deck. Thoughtseizes, Inquisitions, and so forth. And we have a couple removal spells, which are good. But our mana situation, not good at this point. There's a Shambling Vents. Lands, please? Alright, there's a Plains. Play the Plains, pass the turn. This hand could work out, thanks to Leyline potentially generating mana with Nykthos. There's Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. And opponent wanted to Thoughtseize, realizes they can't. Plays Grimflayer. Let's just Oblivion Ring. Get rid of Grimflayer. Pass turn. So right now, Nykthos is neutral on mana. There's a Tarmogoyf. We draw Path. And let's just Runed Halo on Tarmogoyf. Pass the turn. So now Nykthos, we have 5 mana. It's getting close to where we want to be. Alright, opponent kills the Runed Halo, so they can start getting in with Goyf. That also cuts back our mana quite a bit. Down to 17. Temple's a good draw, so play Temple, we get a Scry. Let's put Unlife to the bottom for now. Play Nodes, and pass the turn. We pretty much want lands, or we want things that have 2 white mana symbols to pump up our Nykthos. There's Tarmogoyf. Down to 14. And Ratchet Bomb. Alright, so Goyf down. Nodes down. We play Ghostly Prison. Pass the turn. 1, 2, 3. So we're at 5 mana again. Well, if we draw land, I guess we can get down Dovescape, and that should give us the mana we need to do pretty much anything. Opponent plays a Tasigur. Okay. There's a land. Alright, so 1, 2... Actually, can we Dovescape? I don't know if that's worth it. We Dovescape, but then we're locked under Dovescape? We have one more turn. Let's just pass the turn. We have one more turn before Ratchet Bomb gets to 3. So we can make a decision next turn. Opponent plays the tap land. If we draw a land, we get the best of both worlds, and we can just Enduring Ideal. And that should be able to win us the game. We are going to path this Tasigur. Well, we really just want to draw a land here. Can we win with Doves? That's a big question. We can play Dovescape. Next turn we Sphere of Safety, but our opponent's going to get back. Let's just Sphere of Safety. Pass the turn. I'm assuming our opponent's going to be able to blow up our stuff with Ratchet Bomb. Well, they're definitely able to. I'm assuming they're going to choose to. Opponent has Painful Truce. Draws some cards. If they don't Ratchet Bomb main phase, we have enough mana that we Enduring Ideal. And then Ratchet Bomb's not going to matter. Maelstrom Pulse, our Sphere of Safety. Right. Gets back Grimflayer. Well, we rest in peace. This is still just going super slow. Opponent gets in for 2. Gets to Scry. They're never going to get Delirium, but they're still being able to Scry away what they don't want. Oh, yeah, I think this deck needs maybe 2 more lands. And I do not know why it has 61 cards. That seems a little crazy. There's the Siege Rhino. Down to 9. And that's game. Oh, deck. Alright. We're also very good at drawing this one of Form of Dragon and our one of Dovescape. We did it both games that match. Yeah, I think whoever decided to play 22 lands, I think that's just wrong.